Hey guys, got another build, and as I said, this one's gonna be very familiar. This is snaking. Everyone's playing snaking, right? So figured might as well do one myself. And as I was playing the totem guy, I realized that staff nodes are just so strong that you can slap on anything that you can make use of them, you know, and you just demolish everything. And I'll show you what I mean. The damage on this build is pretty good, and it's not like I have like super crazy items, right? Like a Zerk on same items would probably deal less damage. Granted, you know, they are a little bit faster. So I'll show you what I mean. So this 75 as extra on effect is gonna be a little bit rough. It's gonna be a pretty tanky boss, but hopefully we can kill him somehow. 124 is extra. All right. So obviously, I don't have like the best defenses on this guy, right? Like we have 30 something K armor, well, a little bit more while mapping because, you know, Granite Flask. Amethyst Flask I should probably change as well because I recently changed my ring, so it doesn't do much for me. But, you know, regardless, I guess I can keep this on. Regardless, like, the damage on this build is there. Just, you know, still need you to play around like mechanics because you're not super tanky. Tanky enough where you don't get like one shot by most things. I tried Uber Shaper and the ball phase, you know, the bullet hell phase. Those balls don't insta kill me. They do leave me with like 5% HP, but you know, could be much worse. Overall, this build is fairly solid, and it's not like I spent 100 divines or anything on it. It does have a few pretty expensive items, or fairly expensive items, I guess. You know, we have Yoke, I do have Enlighten 4, which you probably do need. Otherwise, you know, like right now I am pretty low on mana as is, and if you run out of mana, you can gimp your damage by not exerting, right? I really don't want to get hit by this guy because he has damage mods. I guess it's fine. Okay, we got through his 140% as extra energy shield. Now we go through his HP. And we got through his HP as well. Here we go. The damage is pretty good. What if we drop a yoke? We did not. So yeah, let me go over the build. It's nothing really too crazy. Let's go over the passive tree first. So of course, with one more level, you grab the +1 max res, right? So that's what you should do if you get to 96. But other than that, I have the standard Warcry clusters. These are very strong, of course, and they give us frenzy charges as well as power charges, which caps our crit. We are almost capped with just the Assassin's Mark. I think we should be about at like 95% or something crit chance with Assassin's Mark. I am using Mark in it, which I need to level because I just recently swapped. But, you know, with this thing, we are very close to being crit capped. Staff nodes, we're grabbing all the staff nodes. Staff nodes are very strong. Well, by all I mean these nodes and these nodes, right? And then we also get these, as well as increased effect of non-damaging ailments, because we are playing Yoke, of course. So our shocks are literally 50% against everything. Uber Shaper, I was doing 50% shocks. So, you know, it's probably anything that's not tier 17 with life, with double life mods on an effect map, you're probably doing 50% shocks, right? So that's very solid. I do ignite, and I took this one. We only have 10% chance on ignite though, so potentially, you know, get like something on a cluster if you want. Sorry, not on a cluster, on a jewel, if you're not satisfied with that, right? My Merc has chill. I guess I'll show you later. Let's go over the tree. These nodes are pretty good because we're Inquisitor, so we get a little bit of extra regen. We have a solid amount of regen, nothing too impressive, right? But it helps us out a little bit. We have 600 regen pretty much permanently, so it's very solid to kind of combat the damage we're taking from echoes, right? And obviously you can have echoes that deals less damage as well. Get fuel the fight for sure, and drive the destruction as well. Leech is very important on this build because we're, you know, chunking ourselves with echoes, so it just makes sense. Warcry nodes cannot exert travel skills, right? Potentially, you know, you can grab any one of the other ones. Like they're all very solid nodes if you want, you know, if you feel like it. You can also grab like Corrupted Blood immunity on here if you wish. If you potentially wanna, you know, swap into Balbala, so you know, there's like some options how you can do that. What else? +1 here because we're reserving life for precision, because this build does need a lot of accuracy. You're gonna need at least a ring with accuracy, and I do have 2 jewels, 2 abyssal jewels with 200 plus accuracy on them. This is the other one. Do get a little bit of mana regen, because there's sometimes, you know, instances where there's like no mobs, you're just walking from one place to the other, so you can regen up your mana, and the Warcries, you know, they keep rocking, right? And during like phases where you can't really hit, or just, you know, just get a little bit of mana regen, it's very good. Storm Shroud, of course, we're using Storm Shroud to combat the ailments, and just the boots. Nothing really crazy on the boots either, you know, just some resistances. Get as much armor as you can, ideally. Potentially, you could grab a little bit more energy shield if you can get a little bit more armor from the body. You could grab boots as hybrid as well, so you have more energy shield. So the echoes, you know, when it hits, it goes through energy shield first. And since we are Inquisitor, we're regening energy shield, so it's like a little bit less downside for the echoes. But without like 30k armor, yeah, I have 34k. So without 30k armor, I don't really recommend doing that. You know, get to that armor first. Also, I unallocated these nodes for some reason because I wanted damage, but obviously these nodes are very good. 3 levels. If you manage to get to 98, grab of course the max res and 2 more life nodes, and then you're gonna be very solid. As for the items, so I mean, I've already showed most of them. Echoes, a staff, which I crafted myself, as I've stated in the last video. You can obviously get a much better staff with only physical as well, right? And then your lethal pride, if you prioritize the Fizz's extra fire, like this, right? These are gonna be a little bit more valued than what they are for me right now, but they're still very solid nodes. Oh, and don't forget Light Dominion, because we're full fire, so just get that. Gloves can always have a temple mod right in here for like 50% ink if you want. Very solid, but generally they're a little bit hard to find, or recombinate, I guess, if you want. Up to you. Belt, still the same old belt, not really anything impressive on here. And body armor I crafted myself as well. Do get the Fortify, it helps while mapping as well as against bosses, since snaking hits so many times, so you know, it's pretty much active all the time. And we're getting 20 Fortify with 1 hit anyway. But you will need to grab the body armor yourself with the reserve. I use Shrieking Essences, you can use Deafening Essences if you got a little bit more money. Just prioritize armor on it. As you can see, this body armor is pretty poop. So you can get like up to 40k armor, and then, you know, get a hybrid base on boots, so you have more energy shield. Potentially even jewels, right? You could get some energy shield from jewels if you don't want to do that. But anyway, that's it. Oh, Circle of Guild, just a normal one. Nothing spectacular in here. You can get a bunch of armor from here as well, so you know, you could potentially prioritize that, which I did. And yoke, get a 10% yoke ideally. There's 3 divines right now. Very good item on a build that hits so hard with every single hit, right? And I guess the Merc as well, so I'm still using the same Merc as... one thing that I did do is I added Venopuncture for her, so she can bleed, so our yoke benefits from it. Bleed is good, it's for second duration, so she pretty much has this 100% uptime. I did craft her gloves for poison, although poison is only 2 seconds, it's only 10% chance. You can get higher, of course, but you know, it's just active sometimes, but it's fine. And I have Cold Avoid for reduced damage, and Ahuana for increased damage, and of course Perkle Stow, because we are converting our Fizz to fire, so the gap between minimum and maximum is pretty big, as you can see, from 22 to 52 in this case. So lucky hits do benefit us pretty good. And I still have Ash Force and Storm in here for some reason, I can't remember why. But you know, I guess. Oh, for the effect, yeah, for the effect of chill. So, oh, and she has hatred, which we do benefit from, although only half, because we're Avatar of Fire and our weapon is not completely physical, so it's not as good, but it's still something. So, you know, it's fine. Aspect of the Spider is probably better realistically, but I didn't want to bother getting a new merc for this character, right? So, anyway, that is it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Build's good. One of the best builds I've had in a while. Been making too many meme builds. Probably should have stuck to meta. Anyway, that is it. Talk to you guys in the next one, whenever that may be. Bye bye.